Hello, everybody. Welcome to another issue of this. I'm changing the name to Family Movie Podcast because I'm going to be doing a bunch of different. I mean, Hallmark's going to be a good majority of the videos or of the reviews and the philosophies of life. But I'm going to go like in other directions with other or other channels and other productions of family videos. The one you see here the one that I'm going to be doing today is going to be actually the first movie review specifically. It's going to be pretty good. I did get some notes about some, life situations that we can take from these movies. This one is called Small Town Santa, and it started like it debuted December 1st of 2014, so it was a little bit back there. And you can tell watching it, there's an aging of it. Like, granted, it's almost 10 years now. For 10 years of it, 2014 to feel like 10 years is a crazy, crazy deal. And yeah, so I'm gonna get into it with here. Actually, I'm gonna need my glasses. I almost took them off, but I'm going to need them because I'll be reading. I took some notes while I was watching this movie about what this is about and how this pertains to life situations. Now, of course, it's about like the situation, small town. I didn't really catch the name of the town. I'm sure it's in the description somewhere. You could probably find it, but it's the sheriff, and the sheriff just recently broke up. Really bad relationship with his family. Wanted a job, like a different job, kind of like a promotion in a big city, and like that seemed to be like his only thing that's kind of like moving him. Doesn't see his daughter much. He's got a few friends in town, but they're kind of like, hey, he's just kind of like he's just not in a good spot in his head. Um, Turns out the first couple scenes is about an old guy talking about his wife passed away, and he's saying, what do I do now? So this old guy's had to do some soul searching as well, and also, and then the younger sheriff is the other person that's in there. I'll introduce the other the, some of their characters a little bit later, but so what it is like the single dad has a daughter, doesn't really see her much. The mom is very very tough on him, and so it's making it hard for everybody, making it to where it's really really difficult to do anything with her. And that's kind of eating him up. I mean, he's like he has a job, he has a house, he's got the basics, but he doesn't have the heart. His heart is kind of like missing with. Obviously, in this situation, it's a Christmas spirit because it's a Christmas movie, but like just in life in general, like the old guy that he's talking to said that he's lost his smile. People are noticing that, and so they arrest the guy for stealing the church was going to have the story of Christmas, at the church, and they're going to have a good time. But the guy stole the church. He's down his luck. He's homeless, so he steals the church, the baby Jesus, so he can have a night to sleep in a warm bed, jail. And I've seen that happen a lot. Like I used to work in an industry where the people people would just come in for because they didn't have anything else, but they would come in to have uh, three beds in the three meals in a cot, as they say, or what I don't know, three beds, or yeah, I don't know what the actual term is, but and like sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, when you're uh, homeless and you don't want to sleep out on the streets when it's cold out, so what else can you do? Um, their situation is that the kids, they kind of, there's a good lesson about like just appreciating what you want in life in this movie because there's a kid who wants like the ultimate fighting toy. One of the kids, he's probably like 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. Wants the toys for Christmas and really wants, but doesn't understand that like times are tough for the family, so they're trying to like figure it out. But they kind of like get the appreciation of what Christmas really is. It's kind of cool, like that. And then yeah, so the kids are all there. So then the mom, or sorry, the mom is like just nagging on him because like the daughter keeps calling the sheriff up there and really wants to see her dad, and she's like, don't be calling your dad, and like she's like, she misses his dad and her dad, and so he's like battling with that as well. It turns out that like if a little bit into the movie um, he doesn't get the job in the big city. So what happens? He like that makes him more upset. He's kind of like, man, great. Now what? He's like, no, I'm stuck back here. But then it's kind of interesting because when he rests, so he finally meets Santa Claus like right after the phone call, and Santa is in his house looking for milk and cookies. He doesn't have them. The guy being a cop arrests him for breaking and entering. So he throws the cop, or he throws Santa, supposedly Santa, in jail. And like Santa's kind of like getting into him a little bit. He's like, hey, you didn't really want that job in the first place. You gotta trust your gut, and all that stuff. Granted, this is 2014, so like this enlightened belief that we have now was just kind of getting started back then about the whole um, embrace your intuition and you know know what you really want in life and understand that that's really all you really need in life is that whatever it is so, so yeah, there's a lot of good little theories here or good lessons in life. Like he helps the cop guy like open up like, hey, if you want love in your life, you got to be happy yourself. You got to really know who you are and believe in yourself and love yourself to that that magic, to find to gotta open up to love, to accept the love, for love to come to you. And then he meets a lady who donates a bunch of toys and stuff, and the daughter is like we're very very poor, but her mom figures out how to give back anyway. What kind of lesson is that? What can we learn from the fact that even though you might not have very much, there's always someone who needs what you have, or you're always better off than somebody else. In certain ways, even like the basic aspects of being able to give your kids toys. So it's a really good, warm story. I just kind of picked it out of the whim, um, and I'm glad I watched it. I'll definitely keep it on the list of I'm gonna call it my magic list. Movies I find that I would watch again, and so this will definitely make the magic list of movies, and so it was the thing I like about it is that it's low enough budget where it has the good feelings without going overboard with the the messages. I mean, there is, you know, it's a Christmas movie, so there's going to be, religious side to it. If you're religious or not, that's not what this is about. I'm not, but sometimes I notice that like some of these uh, newer, like as in like last 2 or 3 years, some of these movies that are coming out now that are like kind of like branching off because there's this whole thing going on about like what kind of messages are being sent out to people now. And yeah, it's good to have good messages, but sometimes you can go overboard with the good message trying to send it to people. I've been noticing that's been happening a lot lately. Or like these movies, I'm going to review a lot more from like maybe 2006, 7, 8, 9, when the whole Christmas movie countdown thing was beginning. Is all about like there was simplistic simplicity is a key word for these because they had the good message, they had the um, understand that that we're here to help people make a world a better place, and whatever you believe is there, but it's not at the was like back then it wasn't at the point of like this is the if you're not sending this good message there's a hidden agenda to it. That's you know again, that's a totally different thing. That's not what this is about at all. So anyways, have a party, and it's interesting because like a few things happen where the homeless guy turns out he used to be a real estate agent, and he feels like he's just down on his luck because he can't find work. He is so poor he can't buy a suit to to try to sell. And Santa comes through, like the guy that's in the cell with him throughout the movies comes through and helps him out, and all of a sudden there's a suit in the Santa sack. It's like eventually the police guy, excuse me, the police guy releases Santa and says, "Hey, you got a lot of work to do because with all the miracles and all the things that he kind of like pointed the sheriff to go to, it kind of like helped him believe in Santa because all these little things that no one else would know." Where he told him like almost like a moment that the guy's daughter is missing, and that Santa guy's like, "Hey, go to the church, man, go to the church." Sure enough, the daughter runs away from mom. Mom doesn't know where she's at. She's panicking, and the daughter goes to the church, meets the other lady's other daughter. They're like both, I think, 12, 13, 14, something like that, and they just play ping pong and bounce just kind of like just goof around, um, dancing and just being kids. And then yeah, and then he goes to this thing, sees the daughter, and then realizes, oh, the light clicks, or the switch flips, as they say. He's like, oh, there's something going on here. This guy is magical, maybe. And they have the so he ends up letting him go, and then gives the guy and then the guy had the gifts, and he gave the kid the super GI Joe warriors that he wanted, and then um, and gave that old homeless guy a suit, and then all of a sudden he's getting an opportunity to sell. And he said that no matter how much your luck can be down, luck will always change. And I like that message a lot. Luck does change. It will change for you. As much just just keep on doing what you're doing. And yeah, that's kind of the message for this movie. Highly recommend it. I think it's on YouTube actually for free. Um, it's also on Amazon Prime. Just put in the search bar Small Town Santa. I just found it on the whim tonight, and I'm happy I found it and made it on the wish list, or the magic list, I mean. All right, you guys, hope you guys got a good message out of this, and we will see you guys all in the next show.